we do. Read a book, play a game, every night is just the same. What do you say if I tell you how to keep from feeling blue? My advice is good to take and it's easier to do. When you're all alone, any old night, and you're feeling out of tune, pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Underneath the bright, silvery light, you'll be feeling better soon. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Look, look, look at the stars above. Look, look, look at those sweeties love. Oh boy, give me a night in June. I mean it, all you got to do any old night when you're feeling out of tune. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. When you make a date any old night, gonna meet your sweetie soon. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Underneath the bright, silvery light, that's the only place to spoon. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Walk, walk, kissing and walk again, talk, talk, kissing and talk again, oh joy, sweethearts are all in tune. I mean it, when it's raining out, stay in a room, but on a lovely night in June, here's what to do, sweetie, and you just get out and get under the moon. If you're with a girl and she is cold, says she doesn't want her spoon, don't you feel blue? Here's what you do, just get out and get under the moon. If you feel a kiss and she gets sore, she'll forget it mighty soon. Don't stop to fret, she'll learn to pet when you get her under the moon. Indoors, there's not a thing to do. In-laws walk in and out on you. Oh boy, sister and brother too. I've tried it, just take my advice. If she is nice, nice as any night in June, just take her hand, she'll understand, and get out and get under the moon.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as always, welcome to Haunters Anonymous. This is the Monday Sunday edition. James is clickety clacking and will be doing so quite a bit for the next few minutes.
Yes, I will. Quite frequently, actually, tonight.
Quite frequently tonight. How is everybody doing? Thank you for joining us on a Monday. Probably a few folks are still over at the Trio of Terror on their Monday night live stream.
Everybody good?
Cool.
Everybody's. I don't know if there's anybody on because I'm not on the fucking page.
I don't see any chat yet. I don't see any chat in the magic window yet, so that's okay. I just talk, and people just come in and say hello. And like I said, there's probably some folks who are like, "Oh my God, it's Monday and we didn't do a Wednesday nothing, and Sunday's screwed up." And
there's Reggie.
Hey, Reginald. So who knows? Who knows? We'll be here tonight. We're here, as always. Reginald, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us tonight on a Monday rendition of Haunters Anonymous. How are you doing tonight, Reginald? Oh my God, I'm already yawning. That's not good. It's because it's cold in Florida. I don't like it. It's like hibernating weather. here in Florida. Um, we'll give folks a few minutes and we'll get into some hot news. I'll go ahead and because nobody cares but me. But so I made my parents watch Medea Boo this weekend. Speaking of Boo, oh, very good. Reginald said his uncle got a shot. My parents got their shot Friday, their first one. So super stoked about that. Glad your uncle got his. Raining. Oh, I bet in California you are happy it's raining. We had a little bit of rain a day or so ago. Kind of rained hard, but it was really warm, and then kabam, rain, and then kabam, cold. Zach's got his 110 proof shot.
Nice. It's been raining since raining. It's been raining cold rain since yesterday. And by cold rain I mean
Cold
snow.
rain. Gross. Freaking snow. Screw that.
Yeah, I think we have like 36 hours of snow now.
Oh, 36 hours of freaking snow and kiss my ass. That's too much. I mean, like a second worth of snow in Florida is too much. So that's just too much snow. I just know it's supposed to be 34 tonight in Florida. That's too cold for Florida. I got 4 layers of clothes on just because I'm tired of it. But we had some sun today, so that was cool. Yeah, my parents though they liked Medea Boo. I mean, it's not something they'd watch again, but they said they got some good laughs out of it, so that was kind of funny. The original says, "I'm glad I'm not in Lake Tahoe where the Olympics took place."
I think there was an avalanche up there or something.
Was there?
I believe so. Hi, Danny.
Yeah. Hey, Danny. Yeah, totally screw snow. I'm not. There's no reason for snow. Snow has no purpose.
No reason for
to
it.
piss me off. There's no reason for snow. Like zero reason.
Man, I don't know what to do. It's been so long since we were on here.
Like a week.
I know. Seems like it's been forever. It's been 8 days since our last stream. That's the longest it's been since we started this.
Yeah. Oh my God. Actually, we went from 3 to 2 a week for right now, and then we had to skip a night. Tonight. Yeah. Well, no, we just skipped one. Hey, Primo. It is cold again. I don't like it, Danny. I don't like it at all. Reginald says, "I love snow until you can't get groceries or anything like that." Well, here in Florida, it only takes about a millimeter of ice on the ground, and we just will all die. And we'll just die because we don't drive on wetness on the ice or snow. We just die. Oh, there's a millimeter of ice on the ground. I guess might as well just eat each other because I'm not going out in that.
Primo, I saw that you sent it, but I did not want to look at it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I avoided that too, knowing that. Thank you for sending it though. But I saw that and oh, I don't think this is what I want to look at. So we will we'll click on it with my eyes closed to show that we read it.
You got a bit of haunt news. You want to go ahead and throw that out real quick since you just informed me of it as well?
Yeah, we have another convention that's not going to happen. It's the Ohio Halloween and Haunt Convention, thusly in Ohio. I cannot remember when they normally take place, but I think it's in May or June. And they've just decided that it's just to go ahead and announce it now. They're not doing anything virtual. They're just basically like, if you're a vendor or whatever and you want to roll your money over to 2022, you can, or if you just want a refund, you can ask that too. So, so the Ohio Halloween Haunt Convention has officially canceled for 2021, and it has canceled, of course, because the COVID numbers are spiking through the roof still.
I feel like that would be important information for Max and Nick.
Yeah, they probably know. I'm sure if I've saw it, they've probably seen it. But so anybody here that was thinking of going to the Ohio Halloween and Haunt Convention, don't. June. Okay, thanks, Primo. So that's that part. Still no word about MHC. Transworld still seems to be a go in May. So
we're getting to that deadline, though, I think.
Yeah, being that this is the 1st of February.
Yep.
Let's see, the UK and England, all of the few Valentine's haunts that are going to happen have basically canceled. Some of them are going to try to do like a midsummer type thing. And of course, here in the United States, because we got no goddamn common sense, there's still some haunts that are pushing forward with their Valentine's haunts. I think that's pretty silly. Also, just anybody that doesn't follow Scare Tour or Scare Con in the UK, you should. A gentleman that runs it, owns it. His name's For Real Michael Bolton. Very nice guy. He does an update every Sunday, video update. It's pretty informative stuff. And this time he's talking about they're going to give out their Scare Awards from the haunt season last year, and he basically said, of course, a lot of places didn't open, and so they won't be judged, of course, for anything. It's not fair. And there were a few attractions that did open that shouldn't have opened because they didn't follow one COVID safe or COVID something procedure, so they're not even going to let them be in the running. So the few that actually could open and open properly with pandemic in mind are the ones that are going to be awarded. Hey, Ellen. Let's see, no Valentine haunts in Colorado. That's good. The one that I saw today, because this year we were definitely mentioning names, on the wall of shame is Deceased Farm. Literally can't remember where they're at, but yeah, they're doing like a 3 or 4 night run. Absolutely absurd. Reginald says a lot of the scare conventions in Los Angeles have been moved to July, which is good. I mean, that's a start. I don't think we're not going to be fully vaccinated by July, but that's okay. What else is going on? Oh my God, sorry, my chair is super squeaky because I'm moving everywhere. Did y'all hear about Blue Man Group? Speaking of Halloween Horror Nights in Universal, did you hear about that, James?
No. Oh, the Blue Man Group. Yep.
Yeah. 14-year run, 6,000 shows, end of the line. So no more Blue Man Group in Orlando. So
yeah, you know my favorite memory about Blue Man Group was?
What's that?
When it was Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked the Blue Man Group and all, but it always pissed me off that they took out Nickelodeon.
Maybe they'll put it back.
You know what? They need to.
Maybe they'll make it a huge Harry Potter store.
Oh, God. It's going to be the Harry Potter experience.
Maybe that's where they're going to put the watered-down version of Nintendo Land or something. I saw Blue Man Group one time forever ago, and I'm like, okay, this is cute. Never again. It's not something I needed to make a habit of.
Hey, Chuck. How you doing, man?
Hey. Hey, Chuck. How you doing, Chuck? How's everything going, man?
I mean, they're amazingly talented. Like, I don't want to take anything away from the Blue Man Group. They're hilarious.
Oh, sure.
But it was the space that they occupied that bothered me.
it was the previous tenants that had to be evicted.
It's just like getting rid of Jaws and putting this Harry Potter crap in there.
Well, here, let's just keep going. Getting rid of Twister.
Oh God.
Put in
where's Ashton?
Ugh.
Well, when they got rid of the Ghostbusters, and then they built Rip Ride Rocket, which goes through the Ghostbuster building now, really was. I mean, they got rid of the Ghostbusters long before Rip Ride Rocket was a thing, but going through the Ghostbuster building was just unnecessarily rude.
Yeah.
Cirque du Soleil. Anyone know what's happening with them? Because they didn't just build that huge arena, because that's been there for years. I went to one of their shows when I was in high school, and it was there. They did redo it though. But I don't believe they've been open for a while. But they had just premiered a new show that was like about to release right when the whole coronavirus thing started.
Yeah, I will admit I know nothing. I did see where going back on Universal though, that if you buy a two-day pass or 2-park pass or some crap, they give you like 3 months. They give you 3 months for free. I'm like, okay.
I did hear some interesting news about the Halloween Horror Nights though.
Oh my God, let's hear it.
Apparently there's still a very strong rumor that they may not even have a full Halloween Horror Nights this year.
Really?
Yep. It may be some type of like watered down thing that they did last year. They opened a few houses, but apparently there's a very strong belief that not only financially it isn't going to make sense, but as far as trying to maintain the houses and everything with the lower capacity and all the restrictions and everything. So there is a possibility that Halloween Horror Nights may not even be in full capacity this year.
Good God, we need Mark here.
And I've seen that on a few different places where people are talking about it. Like,
but I may crush his dreams about Halloween Horror Nights. Let's see real quick. Reginald says, I know they were cruel to animals, but I kind of miss circus play, being able to go watch Ringling Brothers at 5 in the Ashland at the Great Western Forum in Inglewood. Yeah, but you know what? It was time for them to stop being cruel to animals. Danny says, yeah, annual passes have an additional 3 months. I'm thinking about getting ours ASAP. Well, I guess anything they can do to pack in, super spreader events at the parks is.
You're not wrong. Like, let's sell more so we can cram people in. And
yeah, Florida right now, I don't even bore you out. Florida is God. I don't. Jesus Christ, we're just in the news way too much the past week. Way too much. But all right. Yeah, I don't. Well, what's interesting though about Halloween Horror Nights, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Billy.
But for people that I've seen talk about it, like it's not just random blow joes. They're talking about this. People that generally have good information. And I mean, they have a lot of information that seems to back it up too. They
can't cancel Billie Eilish too many more times, or she may not ever return.
Right.
I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, but Billie Eilish, for one, is a very, very talentless but busy person. So, if they cancel her again this year, she may move on to, something else. Like, I can't even make a joke. I don't even know. I'm
I
trying to
don't
think
know,
of
man.
somewhere talentless people go, but I can't think of it.
Yeah, Screech from Saved by the Bell passed away today.
Yeah, that's at 44. That's terrible. Way entirely too young.
And it happened very quickly, apparently, like a week
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, apparently it was already pretty fully developed when he found out. See, Reginald says apparently they just opened up a new cartoon Averse Toy Story toy store at the one in Hollywood. And Reginald up there said that they just started letting people in Universal Hollywood open up for outdoor dining again. Well, that'll shut down pretty soon. Again.
Yeah.
Danny says their Florida resident ticket deal is pretty good right now, same as Disney. Ends up being $200. Danny, basically, you're just trying to talk yourself into it, so you might as well just do it.
Right.
We're only reading you talking yourself into getting your pass again. So you might as well just know that James has called that Halloween Horror Nights is not happening again this year. I can't believe I'm actually laughing at that. That's just, that makes me so happy. But because now I can just say that all year again.
Yep. I mean, it's certainly a valid rumor, so
say that all year again. Well, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, they had like so many people go and all the talent and everything else. They made no money on it last year, like as in zero money on it last year, because it was just basically like, well, we built half of it, so let's let a few people go through.
and
I heard nothing about it. Huh?
They're definitely hurting as far as
sure.
They put all that money into that new theme park development and everything, and it's they're not bringing in nearly enough to fully sustain them.
Yeah, and I mean, if now they're trying their hand at basically letting people in the park for free, so that they may spend money on food and drinks and kitchen, all that kind of stuff. And
not to mention the massive number of people that they let go in upper management and creative, like that alone, the massive hit they took on the creative department. To me, that just screams there's not even if they do have it, I don't think it's going to be anything like anyone wants it to be. There's not going to be the money for it.
No. I just want to let Danny know too that Reginald's in conversation with Danny to make sure she gets that pass, since now he's just trying to help her.
Yeah, totally.
Make that decision. Well, yeah. So last year, I don't. And then of course with a lot of the movies not coming out, hell, I think even Ghostbusters got moved to next year, didn't it? Or is it later this year?
Yeah, later this year.
Is it? Okay. I know No Time to Die got moved to way at the end of the year. They said they have to do this to me was sad and funny and wild and cool at the same time, but they have to do some reshoots of the product placement, because now the cell phone that Bond was using in the movie would be new for last year, and now it's old for this year. So I read that story, and it was for real story, but they're like, they're going to have to digitally or reshoot some stuff, because now you can't let James Bond be using a year-old phone.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, that's true.
That's crazy.
I think amusement parks in California just in general will never be the same after this. Oh, Reginald, that's
for sure.
James and I have been talking about this in general for literally a year now, that especially the past half a years when things were getting worse, that nothing's going to be the same. This is the world has changed now. Um, um, the world is the entertainment world has changed, and haunted attractions should be changing, but some of them aren't going to learn, and they'll get popped for it. Amusement parks, restaurants, everything, theaters. AMC just got a cash infusion, so they said they're okay for a little bit. So yeah, it's and just to be a complete asshole about it, and I'll let James affirm or negate this, but like we've been saying since the beginning, all it really took was for people to wear their damn masks.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's no no argument in it. There's no debates in it. Nothing. That's one thing about this show and all you awesome people and us keeping up with all this stuff and y'all helping us keep up with stuff. And you can see the progression that it really did. It just all it took was for X amount of percentage of folks to wear their masks for X amount of days.
Or just
and we
stay
would be
home
in
for a couple weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to minimum places.
Yeah. Don't go doing crazy things with crazy people. Hell, Jacksonville is now being investigated. There was two EDM raves that just happened with like 400 people or something. They were shoulder to shoulder. I mean, how stupid can you be? Places like that should literally be just shut down and never let open again. Let's see, Reginald, you know who's being complete asshole? Universal, because they still have not let the employees know anything. They just paid our vacation hours. Well, yeah, that's true. Disney's the only one that's been vocal. When they should not have represented all amusement parks.
People aren't standing 6 feet apart either, which is very accurate.
Yeah, I mean, it's just we. One thing, I'll let James either affirm or negate this, but last year we were pretty firm about our beliefs and this, that, and the other, but yet we still treaded the water lightly as to not super irritate people or isolate people. But
yeah,
this
I mean,
year
aside from the mask thing, we've always been pretty
Yeah.
staunch about the wear your stupid mask. Like, stop being
Yeah.
an idiot.
we've got a full year now of this extremely sad experiment, quote unquote, and I think it's pretty much without a shadow of a doubt. It's just there's still people that don't believe it, but the science dictates that literally it would have only taken a short amount of time of human history last year if people just took a deep breath and just did what they were asked to do politely. Sometimes they had to be wagged at, and sometimes lockdowns and this, that, and the other. But it was just common sense stuff. I've talked to some neighbors who they still believe that they're saying, oh, flu numbers were down a lot last year. It's because all the flus they were saying was COVID. I'm like, no, it's because there was a lot of isolation and mask wearing, not enough to prevent, super spreader events and everything else. But it was pretty much easy to keep, flu down. And that's that right there is the experiment. It really, the mask helped with the flu, thank goodness, and the social distancing when it was done. But it just wasn't done hardcore enough to get us in a better shape for this year. And
you know what we should do?
Burn the world down.
We should shift gears and get into our topic for tonight, because
that's true.
I feel like it's been an entirely too negative stream, and we have a very good thing to talk about. That's just, I enjoyed entirely watching this.
That's true. Let's read one more thing. If California people weren't so resistant to fighting the mask, the parks would be open right now. That's true. That's true. Um, we'll keep
Well,
talking about it on Ministry of
yeah.
Amusement.
Well, his point, I mean, yes and no. I mean, it's Florida is its own thing. Florida should not be
Yeah,
doing what they're doing, but they don't care.
yeah, yeah. Florida really, we really are in the news way too much the past week. I will let you go and find out why, but yeah, Florida did a lot of stupid things. It's not like we're perfect, and every time I said, Florida cured COVID, of course that was not true, but we act like we did, and our governor acts like we did, and he's just a moron. But anyway, yes. So the good news is the biggest topic of the evening.
It's not really good news. It's just a good topic. Like it's a
Yeah, it's a good topic. So yeah. So as the stream description
should have
says,
said.
yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I meant the event because see, I still haven't done my homework with watching movie Halloween.
Jeez.
But yet I've exposed my parents to Medea Boo. So so I got our last Haunted Anonymous stream. I told everybody if you get a chance, which James did, to watch Amazon Prime if you have it, Halloween in a Box. And James did, and apparently liked it very much.
Oh, I loved it.
I'm gonna let him talk about it for a minute.
But it was such a nostalgia trip for me too. Like so many, and just hearing the brands that like aren't so much in the limelight anymore. And if you've been a part of, Haunters Anonymous long enough, last year off eBay because of Lee, she found, I've shared this picture on the stream a few times. When I was a kid for Halloween, I had a Egon Spangler. It was one of those like vinyl suits, the plastic suit with the mask that the rubber band on it, and it had the cutout in the mouth and the eyes. It was what this movie or what this documentary was about these Halloween costumes and how they shaped Halloween for so many people, which it 100% did for me, because Ben Cooper, which is who makes that particular costume, I wore that costume for several years because I was a huge Ghostbusters fan. And come to find out after that, Collegeville also made my second. I mean, they're actually tied, I would say, because I wore this one I probably wore my Ninja Turtle one more. I had a Raphael Ninja Turtle Halloween costume, and I didn't just wear that for Halloween. I wore it all the time. It had like a foam shell, and it had the mask and like little nose and knee pads and stuff. And this documentary goes over all of these old Halloween costumes, and it was just such a great nostalgic trip for me. I loved it. I'm almost certain anyone that's at least 30 years old at one point in their life has had a Collegeville or a Ben Cooper or a Halco Halloween costume that came in a box. And they were fantastic. And I love them. And even the smell itself is just a memory. Like you can't recreate that.
Well, and you can even hear the sounds of the putting the mask on, that plasticky and the feel of the rubber band in the back, and
yep. And the damn rubber band breaking nonstop.
Yep. It's a really good, like James said, a very nostalgic. They were sweat factories. But it's interesting, not to give away any of really the documentary, because really, if you have the ability to watch it, you should. But it was interesting the evolution of the costumes. Um, I was fascinated by how cheap the branding licenses were. I mean, they were cheap. Um, I just, to do things like Star Wars and Transformers and everything else, Jesus, they were cheap. Um, let's see, Reginald says, as a kid, I got the blue M&M's costume because I thought it was so cool. But then, the last 30 minutes of Halloween in a Box really is where it just gets beyond fascinating. Um, to know just what happened to them and how they were bought out. Just it, it really is. It really is. It was awesome. Um, um, there's some sound issues, which I knew James was.
And I did. It was, a matter of fact, as soon as I got to that part was the point that I texted you.
Yeah, I mean, there's some sound equalization issues and some rat-a-tat-tatting that needed to be quailed pretty quick. I had a GoBot once. Oh, there you go. But Halloween. There's actually some great stuff on Amazon Prime if you have it. I never thought that I would ever really use Amazon Prime as much as I do, and I use it like nonstop.
For documentaries, like for like Halloween documentaries, it's it's the best thing that there is.
Oh yeah. I mean, and there are quite a few. I mean, there's except for that one that was basically just nothing but
Oh yeah,
he who shall not be named.
Yeah, well that
fest.
that was on Netflix though, wasn't
it? No, because I saw it on. It was on Amazon.
I thought it was on Netflix.
Because I don't have Netflix. It might be on Netflix too, but I saw it on Amazon. I'll have to go back through
the cheap version of the Transformers costume. Yeah, that would be a GoBot.
GoBot. But yeah, it really is fascinating. I mean, like James said, of course, I mean, I was wearing these things in the 70s. And I was very much, of course, the darker. I mean, I literally, like, I was Darth Vader.
I'm literally holding the Ben Cooper Egon Spangler costume in my hand. You probably hear the wrapper crack. Like,
oh yeah, there's a lot of clickety clack, a lot of crunching noises, I should say. Danny says, I started watching it today, didn't finish it, but love seeing all the old costumes. It really is. It's fascinating, the evolution. It really is. Like, and then they'd start talking about the whole candy scare and like I said, I'm not going to give away the farm on it. You need to watch it, but there's things I literally did not know in certain time periods and how things came about, and I was completely and that was about the last 30 minutes of this documentary is when I was just like, my jaw just went to the floor because I'm like, holy crap, I did not know any of this.
Yeah. And I mean, this is kind of giving away like a really cool fact, but it was probably one of my favorite facts. Like, just like, well, that's really cool. The Ben Cooper company was one of the first companies that got a licensing deal with Disney.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And had it for quite a while. Yeah, the deal with Spider-Man, that was actually pretty cool. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna give away a little bit because I won't do it any justice, but I did not know that the Tylenol scare is what prompted the whole candy scare. I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Although when I think back, like I seem to remember a conversation with someone about that was what started the whole razor blades and the candy and everything. I'm glad I wasn't alive for that.
Lived through it.
Like, because that was 82 or 83 or something.
Well, see, yeah, and but I mean, I remember it because I was there. Like, I mean, I remember like what? I remember the Tylenol thing, and I remember that the we had it here in the house, and uh, you're like, oh nope, no more Tylenol. And then I remember the whole candy thing and everything else, and I'm like, but I did not know that I was a bit too young to make the correlation or remember the correlation between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cyanide and the Tylenol, and that's what prompted us to have all these safety features. It was that prompted us to have all the safety features we have now at all of our medicines. But that is also what caused all the BS because it happened right before. It really happened right before Halloween, like a few months before, and people were just equating like, well, if people are going to do this to adult medicine, then what are they going to do with kids' candy? It was really cool. I mean, it's just you have to watch it and see it, see the connections. Um, but it's a really cool documentary. I've had it in my list for a while, and sometimes I just can't sit down to watch a show. Obviously, Hubie Halloween, and then I just decided I need to watch it, and I'm like, this was cool, so I wanted to pass that on. There's some more in my list. I need to start watching those maybe this week.
It was just such a great wealth of like information as well as nostalgia too, because like
Mhm.
along with the Tylenol thing, it was the whole how the Ben Cooper Corporation helped bring about Halloween parties, like
Mhm.
into a. They may have even spurred trunk or treat,
Yeah. I'd love to have one of those books. I'd love to find one and have one,
Oh yeah,
like a physical. I'm sure I could find a digital copy. Um, I'd love to have physical. Hell, I may do that. Speaking of, I may go on eBay later on. But
60 years from now, no one's gonna be talking about a 2,000 page, 6,000. What the hell it was? I don't even remember what it was.
then what, a 60 page?
Was it 60 page? I mean, I was just overshooting it because
Yeah.
over
Well,
dramatic
you were
for
thinking
effect, but
you were reversing its supposed value with the amount of
that's what it
pages
was.
in
That's
there.
right. It was $2,000.
What an idiot.
60 page manual for $2,000.
$2,000. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What an idiot. I'm sure that idiot will rear his head up again.
Oh yes.
Now it's a 120 page manual because it's twice the COVID. No shit. Okay, smart ass.
Like herpes,
Good for
they'll
you.
come around a couple times a year.
My manual is now at 500,000 pages.
It's now valued at $25,000.
It includes a free squeeze tube of great value alcohol rub. I'd punch that dude right in the mouth. He's standing right here. Let's see. Reginald says, yeah, the Tylenol thing started a lot of things with food. Learn that in food history. Well, like I said, if you get bored, you get snowed in or rained in, or you just looking for something to watch and you have Amazon Prime, definitely go check out Halloween in a Box. It really it's really, I will end up watching it again.
Oh yeah, I will totally too. Right. Without a
Free
doubt.
6 pack of stuff. 12 paper. Just because I'm sure I missed some stuff as my jaw was on the ground. So I'm gonna see what else is in my Prime list, and because I've got a bunch of stuff queued up, and maybe I'll find something else that is cool to watch, and we can review that. But I'm glad, James, that you enjoyed it. I figured you would, because you were right in the beginning of or not in the beginning of the era, but you were in that era where kids were still wearing those costumes. So
yeah, they were huge in my day.
mm-hmm. They were huge in my day.
So I mean, I was 5 the year that came out. That costume came out. So like
Really?
it was perfect for me.
By the time you were starting to wear them is when I was starting to no longer wear them. I was getting to that age. Of course, I actually stopped wearing costumes early on because, like I said, I wanted to be the one passing out candy and scaring the kids and dressing up and grabbing candy. Um, Speaking of Halloween, let's see, the next Halloween movie should be coming out this October too, right?
Um,
I think it is. I think it is.
good, but at this point, I
Yeah,
don't know.
Right.
Honestly, Ghostbusters is the
Not
only
that
thing I've got my eye on for this year. Only because so many amazing things have come out of it as far as who could possibly be in it and them actually treating the characters the way they should be treated, and the fact that Ivan Reitman's son is directing it and he had a part in it, so
right.
it's just
No, I think
it's the Ghostbusters that we need.
yeah.
Not that
I
I'm
mean,
gonna hate.
and
I'm
I
not
think
gonna
it's
hate on the girl Ghostbusters either. It was
I
funny
actually
in its own right.
I mean, I think we talked about I enjoyed it. I've actually watched it twice. I think the people that really hated on it are probably just sexist. They're just, the sexist.
Yeah, and they're just being dumb because they're like, "Oh, this ruins him," and it doesn't ruin it. It's just
No.
you have to know that it's not the same thing. It's like it's a whole nother. They could make a second one. I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, and they might. I mean, they won't, but they might. Reginald says at 15, I became a scare actor just because we were driving by and saw a sign that said now accepting applications for haunt actors Saturday, Sunday.
Nice.
I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people were like that. I mean,
Mine was like 8 or 9. I was very young, and it was at a local feed store. They had a big field with a hayride, and that was like the big thing. So I had my little green Jason mask that glue in the dark, and I put blood all over it. Hid out in the woods. Actually, it wasn't even really the woods. I was like, there was a couple trees out in this big open field, and a bunch of cool little hills that we could hide behind.
there you go.
And then afterwards, I found out how allergic I was to hay because we had a big like hay fight in this hay barn.
I was in my single digits too when I wanted to scare people more than anything else, and I did that for several years at my parents' house. We decorated every year, so that's where that started. That was a lot of fun. Speaking of, I really am hoping that Trick or Treat this year um, does have an upward climb. I'm hoping that people realize that if nothing else, that it can be very safe to have trick or treat and to send your kids out. I'm hoping that, and we're gonna definitely push the home haunts this year. Now that we've dabbled our feet in the water and we know what we're doing quite a bit more than
Yeah, I would honestly, I'd rather hang out with the home haunts than professional haunts. To be honest with you,
yeah, let's see.
not even so much just home haunts, but even like just non-profit haunts or people are doing it just for fun.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that there's plenty of hold on.
Well, it's like last year showed us. There were places that did it for passion. There were places that knew they shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And then there was people that did it just for money.
Yeah. And that was globally. The United States, of course, had plenty more doing that stupid ass stuff. But no, I was trying to the only person
Be right back.
okay, the only person I would actually push out there and endorse is Nick with Science Behind the Scare as far as doing the professional stuff, the professional people. We're gonna definitely we've fine-tuned and refined, I think, everything that we did and tried to do and half did last year, so that we're starting fresh into a new year. So there's quite a few things that we're gonna do this year that are gonna be a hoot. Reginald says that was the first time I had ever experienced a cornfield and lessons say I got so many slices. Yes, cornfields can be relentless. Reginald also says the haunt that are not assholes to their customers and to the employees. Yeah, yeah. I'm going back, and I mean I remember a chunk of the haunts that really, really, unfortunately, put politics into what they did. Hey, Josh, um, and decided that there was no pandemic and their masks and da 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 da, and I still say that uh, there were haunted attractions in the United States, and I'll just leave it the United States this year or last year that were super spreader events, and they should be absolutely ashamed for it. Just because the news doesn't really think about Halloween and haunted attractions as something that could be super spreader events, they concentrate on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. Um, we all saw plenty of evidence, and you all got some great pictures of just crotch to ass, no masks, packed, packed, packed. Get as much money as you possibly can, and call it a night and do it again the next night. So those haunts, trust me, I'm making a list, checking it twice, and they're going to get called out this year, especially if they decide to stay on their high horse that they had a 500% increase of people from last year was they're going to get called out this year. It's not going to be the niceties are kind of ended with Haunted Anonymous.
I'm back, by
Some
the
of
way.
these people. Well, welcome back. We kind of heard all the hustle and bustle.
Thanks.
And, figured it out.
Hi, Josh.
There you go. So yeah, so it's gonna be interesting this year, but definitely we've definitely honed in our skills. So the experiment is not over, but there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff this year. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of different stuff, things that we've fine tuned. Like I said, like James said, we're gonna stick with the home haunts, the amateur haunts, the nonprofits, the folks that you don't see interviews for. We're going to get back on that again, and not just the same small roundhouse of people and haunts that get just relentlessly put on every show. And you're like, okay, how many times can you? Okay, we know who these people are, or people that should be given no airtime whatsoever after their horrendous and absurd acts last year.
Yeah.
Haunted Road's going to get called out so bad. Reginald, I'm going to go ahead and say that Haunted Roads isn't going to happen this year.
I think they called themselves out so bad last year.
I think, I think
their performance spoke all that it needed to.
I think when you've got people mentioning in their 1-star reviews that they were having to pee in a Gatorade bottle while they were waiting in line on a county road or something, I think they're pretty much now. I think Scream and Stream may happen again this year. I think that may actually happen again this year. We bashed them for quite a while, but they kind of fixed some of their errors. Kind of, but I think Scream and Stream will happen this year. Haunted Road, I don't.
Let me go pop on over and see what they got going on the page.
While we're at it, it is the 1st of February. Let's see. Yeah, and if Haunted Road does try to actually do anything, you all know Haunters Anonymous will be right there to rag them so hard that they may just not do anything anyway, and then we'll pop a bottle of champagne and say that all of you and me and James prevented a stupid ass drive-through haunt from happening, and I'd be happy with it.
I love how on their reviews with the guy that worked there literally put best Halloween event I've ever been to. We're on to you.
Haunted Road?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just I don't know. My curiosity is going to be in the haunted attractions that made the concerted effort to not open last year, and they were very humble about it. If they can, if things roll correctly this year, if they're able to open this year, if they can like say, well, it's not as bad as we figured it would be during the haunt season, so we're going to try. We've got the money to put into it, or we can at least recycle things or recycle the things that we are going to show you last year. It's the haunts that were humble about not being able to open and doing it for the best interest of not just their workers but the customers, that I'm hoping, if all works out well enough this haunt season, that they are able to actually um, pull themselves up by the boots and do something. It's the ones that are going to be obnoxious this year that I'm sure with James's help, I'm just going to rip the hell out of them and practically to their faces. Because some people that some of the haunts, they don't deserve to own a haunt, let alone open this year. Reginald says, I'm all for the haunted hayride opening up again if they do it the way they did last year, specifically out here in California. I thought it was smart that they actually decided to do that. Well, like I said, any of the ones that, it's like that drive through that James went through that seemed to be pretty damn cool.
Oh, it was fun. It wasn't safe, but it was fun.
Ram everybody. Reginald said I was getting ready to tear them a new one. Like I said, the ones that followed protocol, CDC protocol, not some dumbasses Spencer Terry, whatever his name is, 60-page manual that he stole from CDC pretty much. The ones that like, okay, well, 6 feet apart, masks, or lower attendance down, or this, that, and the other. The ones that were that's what I'm saying. The ones that were humble about it, either they decided not to open. Dark Hour was very humble about it, and they just realized, you know what, this is not a good idea, and they were very humble about it. The ones that were able to open and were humble about it. Hey, we're able to open. We don't have huge restrictions, but we're going to follow as many guidelines as we can. And then there's pictures and video to prove it. And look what we did. And hey, it was safe, and it was as safe as we can make it. Yes. The ones that went out there and like, I got a 60-page manual and I'm going to shove these people across the ass and those are the people that literally don't deserve to own a haunted attraction ever. And they specifically don't deserve to be open this year. Or they definitely, if they open this year, they deserve to have just piss poor attendance. Just because there probably will be other haunted attractions open this year that they're like, they've learned from other haunts. They'll open up humbly and do it correctly. And it will draw those people, the customers, away from the haunts that were just stupid enough to open and think that, oh my God, we're so awesome that our attendance was up 500%, which is, they're full of shit for one. Because a lot of haunted attractions, you can only do a throughput of so much. You can't increase it by 200, 300, 400, 500% automatically, magically, unless you've spent a year preparing for it. And none of them did that. That's the other thing too, is they're just full of shit. They're just full of shit. And that drove me crazy too last year, monitoring that. And I just, anyway, there's my ramble. Reginald says I was getting ready. Oh, that's the same one. I'm sorry. Reginald just said, and then places like the Haunted Road. Well, the Haunted Road was just so full of themselves that, I mean, the whole group of people that ran that thing, they literally thought their shit didn't stink. Literally didn't think their shit stank. So they won't be open this year. They had to have investors last year. They didn't make their money back at all. If they are open, they're gonna you just cannot have the amount of bad publicity that they had last year. No place can. I don't care if it's a burger joint, and expect that, we're back open and blah blah blah. But no, people aren't going to go to it. People are going to be like, okay, no. Reginald says the Iron Sheik needed to visit the haunted road and make them humble and break their back like oh, but we'll see. Like I said, this is the 1st of February. We have months to talk about, and it would be cool that so much stuff starts happening, especially positive things that maybe we can get back to having 2 Haunted Anonymous shows a week, and then have the Ministry of Amusement as well. I would like that. I would like to have so much news that we either have to have 2 1-hour shows or 1 2-hour show or 1 long ass show. I would what?
Nothing. I agree. Just waiting for the time.
Waiting for the time.
Well, like shows like this where, we were talking about the Halloween in a box and everything. That's up my alley. That's stuff that I could talk about for hours. It's just like when we're on Ministry of Amusement. Thanks, Reggie. I could talk for hours about just random BS. So, haunt news, like I want to keep it positive, but it's always, hey Max, what's up, man?
Hey Max. Oh, thanks, Reginald. Well, the deal with the negative news on Haunted Anonymous is that the negative news is so predominantly forceful in how it's redirected the haunt industry.
Yeah. I mean, I just totally get it. It's it just sucks. I like when we were able to like have positive shit, and unfortunately there was just so much crap.
Well, and the thing is it could be one of those things where we all know the direction that the planet's going right now. We could devote a very short amount of time to closures and this, that, and the other, and then try to do as many the Flame of Doom. And do these documentary reviews and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
I'm all about that. So I think though that to make sure that we're not biased, since there is some unfortunate news still. Just keep it short and sweet, and then carry on from there.
Max said he didn't have a smock costume as a youth. He had a fabric Power Ranger outfit, which they did talk about, and that was made by Collegeville.
Yeah.
Was it Collegeville or Halco? I can't remember. Because one of them had the exclusive, but I think it might have been Collegeville.
One of them didn't think it wasn't it like one of them didn't think it was going to be lucrative, and so the other one said, "Yeah, we'll take it," and it ended up being like huge, something like that.
Yeah.
Or was that Transformers?
That was
Reginald Cornelius played this card because they are an asshole.
Chris Gaines.
Shit, I don't remember who it was. Somebody spent a bunch of money on trying. They tried to get the rights to Power Rangers, but they failed. And then they ended up going out.
Max says Halco was gone at that point.
Well, Halco was the first one to go, right? They got bought by Rubies.
Yeah, I think it was. See, that's just right there indicative that a good rewatch is in order.
Yeah, so I think it was Collegeville.
Cooper was gone by the time Power Rangers came. I don't. You sure about that? See, got to rewatch it. There you go. Max is telling us all.
Well, Cooper failed because they spent all their money moving their shop to North Carolina.
Yeah. And then Ruby's just bought them all out. Yeah, I definitely have to rewatch it because I need to. If I don't hear that man's chain rattling on the desk.
Oh God, the chain, the thing that he kept moving his hand is like clink, clink, clink.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God! But the guy that like at the very beginning, oh, My God. It was like watching a shitty ass Lumahonty streamer.
Oh,
Fucking
God.
audio in a fishbowl.
Look at all my tiles. They do nothing for me. Um,
It totally
yeah,
is, man.
Danny, you know what you should do is finish it up and then rewatch the whole thing in its entirety.
Totally.
And that way you can say you've watched it twice.
Get a bowl of candy corn.
The whole thing is just a nostalgia-inducing thing for those older than me.
That's literally what I said too, man. It was such a nostalgia trip for me that like I freaking love it.
It'd be funny if I still had some of those costumes, which I don't.
I think I do. And by the way, in one of the pictures where they had somebody was standing there in their little schmuck, as he calls it, there was somebody with a kooky spook on their head. Remember the thing I was telling you about that we had a bunch of, and I used to like chew on the top because they were just things filled with air. I swear to God, those things are still at my dad's house in a box somewhere. I can almost guarantee you they're still there.
It's worth a small mint. That's interesting. I'm gonna look for the book. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look for the book, even if I can just find it digitally. I'm gonna look for that damn book. I have to go remember what the name of it was. What the hell are those like wax cola thingies?
Those things were good. Nick sent me some of those. The little cola bottles that had like a third of an ounce of liquid in them.
Third of an ounce. Yeah, Max, I found it crazy. All those costumes were with masks and a piece of plastic with character's face on it. Yeah, but you know what? It used to not be that. That was what's so fascinating. The documentary is like how things evolved to be like something that was a much more elaborate to something that was not as elaborate but still very timeless.
Dude, I don't give a shit what it was. I love that Egon Spangler, man. I so much so that I bought that shit on eBay just to have that box sitting behind me. And I will cherish it until I die.
There you go.
Because I have the picture of me in the costume. And like that is, I can't get closer to my child unless I can find, and I think I did. I think I found a Collegeville Ninja Turtle.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I'm waiting to see for sure. Because I will put that right next to my Egon Spangler, and my childhood Halloween costumes will be complete.
I think it's interesting that Cooper didn't think about keeping any of the stuff when they sold
Yeah.
to Rubies. And now he's all like, Jesus, these things are worth a mint. And like, yes, they are.
And dude, the thing is like, I told you about this when I was talking to you. How like good of a person Ben Cooper was to his employees. Like the artists for their boxes and stuff. Dude never had to ask for a raise. He just always got one. And he was with them for freaking ever.
Yeah, Max, right before you came on, we were talking about that. I remember the Tylenol scare. I did not put together the 2 and 2 that the Tylenol thing actually is what caused the candy scare. I remember both of them, but I didn't put the two together until the documentary. Yeah, the Tylenol thing. Well, like I said, when that was going on, I was 13, and I remember it. I remember like the newscasts. It was like nothing but that, and then it's like, oh my God, how many people died this time, and da 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 da. I remember it. I remember it kind of very vividly.
Yeah, that was like 2 years before I was born, but it was still very fresh in people's, like, for at least a good 7 years after that. Because I still remember seeing like news reports about it. And I know I wasn't like I was not I wasn't alive when it happened. It was a couple years before I was born. But I vividly remember seeing the news reports like talking about it.
I remember it. I remember it oddly vividly because everybody you knew used Tylenol. Tylenol was like a miracle drug.
Tylenol then means the candy was getting messed with. That's a stretch. Well, that's what it was.
Well,
They were like, if they could mess with this, why aren't they messing with anything else?
Yeah. Oh, I agree, Max. But it's like it's how humans work. You get hyped up on something, and then all of a sudden it's everything. You know, they've injected whatever in my chicken pot pie. So whatever. Or it was everything. But it's, like I said, it was so close to Halloween, which was huge. It was getting really, really big. It was a lot of money being spent. So, and of course, it was really just people going a little bit too mad about it. Reggie says, I think my uncle was actually in college when it was happening, or graduating high school.
Think about the time then, though. It was like you had serial killers were still a major thing going on. And you had freaking the Cold War. It was just a nuts time to be alive.
Yeah. Yeah. And you had gas shortages, quote unquote, and just on and on and on and on. But yeah, it's weird. Like I said, I remember it kind of vividly, but until Halloween in a box, I did not I did not know the Tylenol scare is what actually caused the whole candy thing. I had no idea.
New Coke.
New Coke was so nasty. God, it was nasty. Everybody raise your hand that tried New Coke when it came out. I knew people that were hoarding the old stuff, thinking, I'm like, it's a gimmick. It's a gimmick. Stop hoarding Coke. Stop buying all the Coke. It's a gimmick. No, they're going to change it for it's a gimmick. Months later, ooh, it was a gimmick. Yeah. I mean, I know people that like literally just, God, they just you think the whole toilet paper thing last year was like insane. Watch a bunch of people buying Coca-Cola. Buying Coca-Cola? Okay.
I don't know. Toilet paper's pretty high up there. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but I mean, I remember people, like I said, people were like stockpiling old formula Coca. Oh my God, I've got the old formula Coca-Cola. I'm like, it's not what? It's not a chemistry set. It's just Coca-Cola, for God's sake. Jesus Christ. Well, Max, if it says I don't get how Collegeville went under. I mean, really, I mean, as lucrative as all of it was, you wonder how any of them went under, but you just look at it and it's bad decision making. Really. Bad decision making, being extremely generous, like James said, with your employees, which is a good thing, but then really not making 100% all the best decisions. So,
well, hey, also you got to remember for Cooper, they had that whole thing with JFK too. Wasn't that their first bankruptcy? It was basically when they did that entire run of the presidents, and then JFK got shot, and they literally destroyed them all.
I don't think that caused. I mean, that was just one. I don't think it actually caused a financial issue. I think it was. I mean, if I remember it correctly, it was, to me, it was more like shit. And that means that they're really rare.
Yeah.
if you got one, but that's why I said, I think watching it again, but there was like these decisive moments with decision making that caused issues. Either not spending the money on getting a brand, from a movie or something, or like I said, being sometimes you just if you don't downsize at the right time, or you keep too many employees on at the wrong time and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't think it was the JFK thing. I think that was just basically they knew not to do it. They knew not to put out a costume of a president that just got shot in the head. And in my mind, it was more like I was thinking like that means that costume's got to be extremely rare because they had already put some out. I think they're still around. Yeah, I think that they exist, but they'd make them very rare. But yeah, like Ben Cooper was moving to North Carolina. And once again, that was a huge, big, bad decision. That was a bad
Yeah, I
decision.
mean, they were going to be closer to the textiles factory and stuff, right? I believe that's what it
Yeah.
was. Because they were in Brooklyn. I mean, they, other than overhead, as far as the massive building they had in Brooklyn, can you imagine what that rent goes for today?
Yeah.
Holy
Oh.
crap.
But if you think about it too, you also have banks and stuff that, like they do nowadays, banks and creditors. Oh, you know what? Here, we'll give you a couple $1 million in credit and you can build yourself up into this. And they do it so that you fail. A lot of times they do it so that you fail.
Yeah.
They do it so that you have to liquidate. So, it's a shame, but it happens. I mean, it happens a lot. It happens today, you know. Being a mom and pop organization, even if you are big and exclusive, doesn't mean that you are immortal, especially if you just make a couple of wrong mistakes. And that, like I said, that happens today. So
I have one of those Halco pop guns that was it was my uncle's, I believe, from when he was a kid. And it's got that like white handle. It's solid metal, and it has where the revolver flips up and you put the little cap thing in it, and then you flip it down and you pull the trigger and it pops. That's how I knew what Halco was. And then I realized that they do I saw that they did the Santa Claus costumes. And I think they're on Amazon and shit still, like eBay. With their Santa Claus costumes.
Oh wow. Well, it's one of those things where it's unfortunate. Those businesses will never return the way they were. I mean, at all. Hell, they just announced Toys R Us. they're the two stores they've reopened are closing up. So
Yeah, Max, I have a Ben Cooper Egon Spangler costume from when I was a kid. Like I have one that's still sealed in the original box. I got off of eBay last year actually. So I've always been a fan. And I mean we talked about this last year before I even knew this documentary existed.
Reginald's talking about something that shut out tennis balls. Oh, Keith. Hey, Keith. Hey, James has got a picture for you.
Oh yeah, here. I got that.
Sorry that we did another Monday stream, kind of coinciding with the trio, but few and far between. Keith, in a minute, you're going to see a picture. Remember me telling you about the lights that I'm going to use for the headlights? I remembered to take a picture of it, and I asked James if he would pop it up there so you can see what I was talking about. But that is what I'm going to use. I'm going to actually paint the outside of it in a black Rust-Oleum or a rust inhibitor or a rust converter. Send your kids to college.
Yeah,
Sell it.
it's like $100, dude. It's it means entirely too much to me to sell.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, huh? They're all intact too. Glass. I mean, they were on his Jeep before they were taken off. They didn't work. But it was a wiring issue. But I actually just wired up a whole new set of LEDs for him. So anyway, my thing was I didn't want to throw these away, so I'm going to replace the halogen socket inside with a G4 socket, 12 volt, and then a bright warm light LED bulb. So anyway, but we'll keep those up for a second. But yeah, Keith, I was like, you know what, if Keith comes in, I want to be able to show him what these damn lights look like. I have 6 of them, so I'll be able to make 3 distinct quote unquote car lights. And probably maybe give them a little flicker action, maybe one, not both on one car, but maybe one of them. Yeah. The cut base is actually in the cut. I've got the cut base for all of them too, I believe. And like I said, they're sealed. They have no water intrusion. When I'm done with them, like I said, they will be. I'm going to replace the socket inside and the wiring with a G4 bulb, G4 socket for LED bulb.
Yeah, make them flicker. Yeah. That'd be freaking sick.
Yeah. So, but yeah, these are and they're pretty heavy too. I mean, these are actually have the glass lenses on them are pretty thick. So they're gonna get some TLC. The reflectors inside of them are all pristine. I'll clean them out, but I will actually put probably like a black rust converter on them, and then give them a paint job on the outside, just to give them some longevity. But Keith, I wanted to, like I said, I was pretty determined. I thought about you actually ever since we talked about it last Haunters Anonymous. I'm like, yeah, I need to get a picture for Keith so he can see what the hell I'm talking about, since I wasn't describing it all that well. And I'll and Keith, what I'll do is a progressive. You know, I'll actually I'll take pictures of them like this and tear them apart, take a picture or whatever, and then show them as I get them ready, so I can start sending you. So yeah, I can start showing my progress with the drive-in theater here at the house. So, so we got another photo to put up. Let's see, Max sent James a photo.
Yeah, I just saw it. That's freaking awesome. I'll put it up on the stream in a second.
Go. Ding dong. Is that me ding donging too? Maybe so.
I just sent Max my a picture of my Ben Cooper Egon.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, Keith, me too. I like project builds. I like pictures of them, and I need to start doing my own. I love looking at everybody else's, like yours and trios and all that stuff. But since I've got quite a bit to do, and I'm pretty excited this year, I'm gonna get in the foray of it. And so this will be the first the first picture next to my clay pot, a clay pot, one of many. I'm going to be doing a lot of electronics this year. I'm very much in a electronics and electrical mood and mode this year. So there's going to be quite a bit of that.
Oh, these are freaking awesome, man. Oh, he's got a Collegeville. It's a cool ass museum.
Yeah. At least I'm starting in February. Are you gonna put them up on the screen, or are you just looking through them?
Yeah, no, I'm just
Oh,
gonna
there's
look
two
at him
rows.
myself and not let anybody else see him.
That's cool.
Hold on, let me see if I can get this to work correctly.
Oh, that's fine. Hey, Clippy.
I collide. Oh, you fucked up.
Oh, I know. That's fine. I did it on purpose. It's all cool. It's all cool and calculated. This year for Halloween, if I'm not working, I'm making a cemetery cake. Nice. Definitely will have to see that. Picture hoarder.
This thing is gonna be gigantic when I put it on the screen because I don't feel like going through studio mode and everything right now. So you're just gonna have to deal with me resizing it. Oh my god, I have so many freaking pictures in this folder. Why? Why do I have so many photos? Oh, look, it's sideways and everything.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's the way I wanted to go. That's awesome. It's the Mickey Mouse, Ben Cooper.
Well, that's very cool.
Hi, Calliope.
Other voice spoke first. That's very cool.
I want to see a cemetery cake with fog. Do a dry ice thing in the cake. Make it happen, Reggie. They're terrifying, man. That is straight terrifying. All right, he's got more. Let me No, stop it. Did you fall out?
Who, me?
Yeah, that was violent. You're like,
No, I just had to stand up. I had to stand up out of this chair because I was kind of starting to getting a bit too stiff in it. I've been
well, yeah, we've been
sitting in
on
it
for an hour and a half. What the hell are we doing? What are we doing with our lives
Jeez.
right now? Jesus Christ.
Other voice, you're a bad boy. There's going to be some Sour Patch Kids on sticks. Oh, that's cool. I wonder
Lucy.
how much were those were going for?
It's flame retarded. Yeah, push him out of his chair.
I was almost close to needing somebody to push me out of my chair.
So Reggie, are we gonna get this cake decoration on stream or what? Cake decorating with Reggie. All right. There was one more, I think. Look at the World Showcase Epcot Center plate.
Who was that? Chris Gaines?
Chattermouth.
Who's Chattermouth?
It opens, it closes, it moves, it's fun. Secret agent.
And now we know why Ben Cooper went under. Their writing department.
That's a cool box though.
Yeah, it is. It's very creepy.
Yeah. Nice.
That kind of looks like it would be from the 50s or something.
Yeah, it does.
Or
50s or
60s maybe?
60s. It's got that oldness to it that is very...
Reginald said it started because I found a squeaking mouse as a decoration at the 99-cent store.
Dude, they've got the freaking... You see the Christmas tree on the left-hand side of the screen? We have like 4 of those. My mom loves them.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely a vintage one, though.
All the ones she has are too.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious now. Keith says it's probably from Get Smart, but I don't
know if this was a licensed thing or not. This may be one of their originals. Look, other voices, face in a box. Damn it.
Let's see here. All right, now we're all tippity tapping. Oh, I get it. Oops. Good God. What is this supposed to be? Liza Minnelli?
You're
Yes.
not so secret though if
Actually-
your costume says secret on it.
Actually, Chattermouth was just the type of mask. So they had all kinds of different costumes that were Chattermouths. It was basically like a costume where the mouth would move.
Yeah,
So they had like Indian chiefs and skeletons and this weird looking woman that I swear to God looks like Liza Minnelli. The secret agent, the gorilla. So anyway.
So it was just one of their
Super-
original things then.
Yeah, it was just Chattermouth was like what they called their costumes that actually had basically a movable jaw.
Yeah, Danny said Chattermouth is the type of mask, not the character.
Okay. There you go. That looks like the ass end of a green Austin Healey. But it might be. Yeah, all of their Chattermouth masks are super creepy as hell. I mean, they're just really creepy looking. World War costume. I mean, if you look up Ben Cooper Chattermouth and just look up pictures, you'd be like, oh, this is creepy looking. And all the boxes are the same as far as
Oh, I don't
the-
like that red clown face thing. Nope.
No. I need to look up that book, but I can't remember the name of the book. If I look up Ben Cooper Halloween book, probably will never find it.
It wasn't a book though. It was like a pamphlet, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was like a 20 or 30 page book. I mean, you're right, it was, but excuse me. But it had a name, and now I cannot remember the name of the book. Which doesn't surprise me at all. I can't remember what color of duct tape dyes other voice prefer his mouth to be taped with? Okay. Virgil says there was that weird broadcast where somebody in the Max Headroom Max. Yeah, I was around for that too. I was around for when that happened. I didn't see it live on air, but they still don't know who did it. I think it's hilarious. The Halloween Guide. Nope, that just says price guide. Mm. Well, good. This is going to just drive me crazy until I look at watch the show again, so I know what the hell. Let's see. Saves Halloween pamphlet. Oh shit, that may actually have worked. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll be damned. I'll never be able to find it until I watch the. Oh, wait a minute. 13 great ways to celebrate Halloween.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay. All right. Now we're cooking with gas.
I see you too.
Oh, Lord. What's going on here? Max, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching it. All right, we're getting close.
The problem is now there's a whole bunch of new 13 ways to celebrate Halloween because of COVID.
Yeah. 200,000 ways to celebrate. Here's a 60-page booklet. Oh, well, yeah. Guess who found it? Guess who found it? I did.
Did you? Good work.
I did. I did. I'm gonna let's see if I can break. Let's see. Will Dingbot let me
Send it to me on Facebook and I can post it if it doesn't.
Well, I for everybody that's watching chat, I posted the link to the book. It's scanned and in multiple pages, but it's not the best scan there is. Let me try to find something. Let's see if I'm going to keep it on my screen though, because maybe if I say PDF, the internet. It's the internet, y'all.
How to run your haunt effectively in the pandemic. 65-page manual.
Yay. Why can't I find this as a complete? Well, I'm getting closer. I will find this, and if I can't find a PDF, I will take the pictures. I will make a PDF.
I don't believe they are calling you rude, Calliope.
Yeah, they're not calling you rude, Hippie.
Nice, Reggie.
I'm gonna freak out.
I'm gonna lose it.
All right. I just don't. I'm gonna bookmark this page so I.
Apparently, we're doing an impromptu 2-hour stream tonight.
That's fine. But hey, at least it's Halloween related. Jesus.
True.
At least we're on a hunt for a 13 Halloween whatnot page manual.
Good for us.
Good for us. Yay. All for the love of Halloween. All right. At least I know. Okay, at least I found that much. Clowns. Hey, Vic.
Hey, Vic. Oh, hey, since we have both the two of the 17 trio members, uh, did you try Google? Nice.
Jesus.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give a quick little bit of information that we haven't fully set on, but we wait a minute. What the hell? There we go. Okay, never mind. I'm stupid. So we are going to be partnering with somebody, and it's somebody I personally know. They have this business where they print large scale items on different material. They mostly do sound acoustic treatments. So you can take whatever image you want and have it massively blown up. Reginald's got a card now. I got to
Reginald
stop
Cornelius
talking for
wants
a
to
minute.
shout out. ABC easy as 123 Chris Gaines rules $, hash $, carat %, dollar hash at euro yen Korean won yen pound euro pound yen
Lot of pounding going on.
pound small black square currency inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark currency do 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 doc socks
Docs. Good, you broke them. Good work. I'm gonna post a link to their Facebook page. They don't do billboards. It's not like that massive a scale, but they do like large wall treatments and stuff. They also have the ability to print on metal, and it's super high quality. It's ridiculous. I was helping them out last year, right before the whole COVID crap happened, and they've kind of been working here and there. So he reached out to me the other day, and I talked to him for a while, and I'm gonna have him do probably something Mr. Dolos theme, but I know at least the guys from Trio might be interested in some of his stuff because he can ship this stuff. But the acoustic treatment, like, so you can get your logo put on an acoustic board that will go behind you. So when you do your streams, you have good sound quality because you have an acoustic treatment behind you. At least taking a little bit of the dampness, dampening some of the sound in the room. Not that you need it, but I'm just saying that option's always nice. So we're going to do something with him probably. I might do a live from his shop. His machines are really cool. They're massive printers. Max sent us a link. So let me get the Facebook page for that, and you can see some of the stuff they have. Their Facebook page, I actually started it for them, and it's kind of a mess because I have not done anything for them since last year. So let me find it.
Yeah, and be sure to like the page. It's only got a few likes at the moment.
Yeah, it's got 11 likes. They've got their website's nice. They've got more of their stuff on their website than they do Facebook, because I was supposed to post a bunch of crap for them on Facebook and I never did. That's kind of on me, but let's see. I'm going to check the messenger and see what Max sent us as well.
Ooh. Some fancy shit. Fancy.
Here, let me copy this link for you. That's pretty cool.
What?
Yeah, here it is. It's the booklet. Max found it.
Did you? All right.
Posted in the YouTube there.
Did you? Is it there?
13 great ways to celebrate Halloween.
Did you post it?
Oh yeah, but you know what? I wasn't on the right thing, so it's not going to post. Let me switch to the actual switch account.
Switch account.
This will allow me to post the link. Damn it, that means my link didn't post for the Facebook page.
Oh, yeah, Max, that's what I found too. And it's cool, but unfortunately, and it's cool, but unfortunately, that Monster Mass blogspot, they branded the bottom corner of each page. Because I was getting ready to go ahead and just save each one of the images, but they kind of branded each one of each one of the pages, which is kind of, I don't know why they would want to do that.
Mom and Dad, please examine all treats.
It kind of, it kind of like gone over some of the damn text on the bottom. I also found an original article. Here, I'll post this. This is actually an archive from October 4th, 1983. Actually, they were charging $1. That they would charge $1. You would send $1 to a certain address, and they would probably for postage. Max. Yeah, I went to go look on archive.org to see if it was there. I'm kind of amazed that I'm kind of amazed that I can't find it as a nice PDF. Somebody had to have had it and made a PDF. It's out there somewhere. I'm kind of surprised it's not on. If I find it, I'm going to put it on archive.org where it should be. Right where it should be.
I don't ever actually get to hit anyone.
Oh, speaking of, Keith, have you made any progress on your clown hammers?
That's what he was just talking to him about.
Oh, my bad. Have you made any progress on your clown hammers? This kind of sucks. It's definitely, it's not even on the archive. I know the PDF is going to be somewhere that's not branded to hell and back. That's interesting.
You know how many of those booklets were probably just straight destroyed?
Oh, probably a lot, which sucks. Ooh, but you know what I haven't checked yet is eBay. I will say this is kind of funny that like I looked up 13 Great Ways to Celebrate Halloween, Robert Cooper, because it was actually Robert Cooper. And Celebrate Halloween with CCPL, and on October 30th, on 2017, they were showing Boo a Medea Halloween. Anyway, that made me laugh, everybody. Just want to let you know.
I would go for rigid foam. I guess we're gonna go ahead and cut it off at 11, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Just busting out a damn 2-hour stream like nothing.
Well, that's how, you know. I became preoccupied with finding this damn book, which is now on eBay. Next thing I'll do is, oh my God, there's a lot of cool vintage stuff on eBay though when you look that up. Here's 25,732 movies, world's largest collection for $1 million in Canada.
What?
Yeah. 25,732 movies, 4K Blu-ray, DVD, 3D, Criterion Steelbook, $1 million pre-owned or
Jesus
best offer.
Christ.
It has 1,426 watchers. Totally off subject, totally veered right into hell. Okay. Let me check on the chat, see if I'm missing anything. Rigid foam needs a silicone mold.
Well, that's why I don't build shit, Keith.
That's why I do electrical and whatnot.
That's why I program things.
Ta-da. Oh, I got to send you a link after this. I thought you'd be interested in. Where are we going? Amazon? Is that what y'all are saying I should go? Okay. Let's see. Come on, Amazon. Oh. Huh. All right. Well, apparently Monster Mask is the only place that has this damn book. I'm so glad that they branded their shit all over it. All right, goes back to the task at hand. Here. Yeah. That's eBay for you. I was really hoping I'd find it on eBay for like $5, and y'all would hear me going like, "I found it on $5." Oh! I'll find it. I've got to modify how I search for it. Like James said, if you just look up 13 great ways to bottle of Halloween, you come up with 5,000 damn things. Max says, I wish I had a hammer I could actually destroy a pumpkin. That's called a 5-pound sledge, dude. I've got one in my work garage. Keith, I'll give you something I have never seen before. I'm going to say it out loud, so I've got it on the record. I think if you did a clown hammer that actually had an LED strip in it that you twirled up the stick and somehow incorporated in the hammer that was battery powered, and it's one of those like cheap $10 color changing. You could use a remote to make it like chasing or whatever. I think that'd be pretty cool. So I actually have it kind of spiral up, kind of like a candy cane up the handle, and then maybe do something different for the hammer part, so it's interactive in that it lights up. I have not seen one like that before.
Yeah, and when you hit it, tiny dick confetti. We talked about this.
Yeah, ghetto patent. But I think one that actually had lights in it would be cool. And I think it'd be relatively easy to do too.
You put a vape in the handle too. You would sell so many of those.
You would, and the funny thing is you'd also have a bunch of clowns that look like they were giving blowjobs to.
Tiny dick confetti. That is what I said.
Yeah, they would not be able to resist smoking their own hammer. Woo! I said it out loud. And it made me laugh. I literally just made my. That's gonna have to be a shirt. Yeah, it's been months since we talked about the tiny dick confetti for vaping clown. Oh my god, memories. Memories. Yeah, Keith, I think that if at least the handle part, I'd have to think about the hammer part, but if you did the handle pretty rigid and then put the LEDs like a waterproof type, the kind that are sealed, and then actually clear coated all of it several times to seal it in, where no matter what part of it they touched, it wouldn't hurt it. Um, put the battery pack in the handle. Maybe use like two 18650 batteries, rechargeable. And then you should make the whole dick confetti thing.
With just like a random little tiny explosion that you can just replace. It's a little cartridge filled with, tiny dick confetti.
Yeah.
And it goes wow when you hit it. I'm just saying.
But just make the confetti not shoot out too far, because we don't want to give them a big head. It's just getting worse. That's getting worse.
Listen, this is the kind of content you've come to expect from us at this point.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. This is like old school Hunters Anonymous. It means we're getting back in the groove. I was thinking 1-inch acrylic rod lit from inside the hammer pommel. Whew, God, but an acrylic rod would be expensive as hell, wouldn't it, Keith? Reginald just typed a bunch of ellipses or a period. Watching The Bachelor. Get off this stream. Watching the damn Bachelor. Oh my God.
I think you're looking for an Illuminati stream, sir.
Yeah, I'm thinking I think you're looking for any one of Scurryface's drama-filled bullshit streams. There, I said it. It's February 1st.
It's February 1st. Listen, look, I was glitter dick, glitter bomb.
Oh my God. Everybody, the next movie we're going to review is Medea's Boo. Boo, I'm kidding.
We already did, and I told you how horrible I thought it was.
I know. I said my parents, and I thought that it was kind of funny. Yeah, an acrylic rod. Keith, have you priced those for that thickness? That's kind of a cool idea, but man.
I got 1 foot by 1 inch for $12 for my brain in a jar.
Man, but that's expensive, dude. I mean, that's a 1 inch, 1 foot by 1 inch diameter. That thing will break in a heartbeat. You'd have to have something. You'd have to have a 4-inch piece of a diameter piece of acrylic.
I'll show you an acrylic rod. I don't know if that was an insult or just a blatant statement.
Well, if it's 1 inch by 12, 1 inch by 1 foot, nobody wants to see that.
In my pants. What is this?
Yeah.
An acrylic rod for ants needs
That's
to be
another.
at least
That's another.
2 times
That's
bigger.
another. Is it a double-sided acrylic rod? What? What?
Guys paid $200 for clown hammers. Yeah, and if it shoots tiny dick confetti and you can vape the handle.
What's a VPON hammer? What's a VPON hammer?
It's like the clown version of a tampon.
Oh, welcome to Hunters Anonymous. Yeah, but Keith, I mean, the ones that pay that much for those things, they're still getting shit quality. And I'm tempted to look up like acrylic rods. I actually screw my Google search history up really bad. Let's go ahead and do that right now.
So you're
Let's
gonna
see
have
if
13 fun things to do on Halloween with acrylic rods.
Yeah. I can't even spell acrylic right because I'm kind of afraid that acrylic rod, Home Depot. Let's see here. Acrylic rods. They're so expensive I can't find a price on them. Let's go to shopping.
So
An acrylic lucite rod, 1 inch with bubbles in it is $15.
I think the bubbles would be cool actually if you're lighting
The
it from
bubbles-
the inside, but
Yeah, I mean, that'd be ultra cool. But man, I mean, a 1 inch I mean, literally, I mean, really, you would have to get.
I think wrapping it and clear coating a bunch over it would be easier. Because you can cut those LED strips in any size you need.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like, I mean, I can't even find anything bigger than an inch.
See ya, Max.
Bye, Max. Thanks, man. Yeah, here's a 1 inch diameter, 12-inch long for $13. Yeah, I'm really thinking that I'm thinking PVC. Because see, like I said, if you do a thick walled PVC, and you just do like candy cane style with the LED strip lighting, and even if you put the battery pack on the person, if you want to be sure not to bust open like an 18650 lithium, so that it catches on fire, or some other style of battery pack. I think the twirling movement would make it.
All right, 11:03.
Oh, it is 11:03. Well, now that we've talked about everything under the sun. Yeah, but what else are you gonna use it? Like, you could do well, what about, like, a wooden dowel? I think if maybe use a wooden dowel. Like, those are pretty strong, and you can get those pretty thick, and they're actually pretty inexpensive. And you can do about the same thing. Battery has to be in the hammer. There you go. Put it in the handle. If it's PVC, you can put it in the handle.
Put it in
Couple
the
1860
crotch.
Put it in the put it right next to the dick confetti. And blow their package off. We'll come up with some designs, Keith, and maybe I'll come up with some electrical designs for you. But we will go ahead and wrap it up since we have been 2 hours as always. This is actually fantastic. Another brilliant night of. I bet you are fine with wood, Keith.
PVC's for pussies.
But yeah, so another brilliant night of some haunt talk, which is cool. We're definitely getting back in the swing of things, which is brilliant. So thanks to everyone again. Actually, a brilliant evening. We will see you on Wednesday for the Ministry of Amusement. And thanks for coming on a Monday instead of a Sunday. It's few and far between, but thanks everybody. Wear your masks. please wear your masks. Please be safe. And I'm going to pass it to James.
I'm tired, so I don't really have a lot to say. I never do. So we'll see you on Wednesday, or whatever the hell day we just said. Thanks for everybody hanging out. Appreciate all of you very much. We'll see you when we see you. All right.
Which is Wednesday.
Which is Wednesday.
Not everybody. Thanks again.